What's up everyone? Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like and subscribe, then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon. We're posting 4 videos every day, so make sure to check back every single day. We've just hit 20k subscribers, so thank you all so much. Let's get to 30. Check out all the links in the description. Thousands of dollars of free crypto down there, along with signals, COINCALLS, TA, alpha and memes in our private Discord, accessed by signing up to our Patreon. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. So we're just taking a quick look at Bitcoin here, and as we can see, we're in a similar situation that we were when we basically had that big correction that we saw from, that May to July period somewhere here. You can see obviously with that big crash and that continued correction, this time it looks as though, things are a little bit different. We've had this big crash here, kind of a consolidation, and then come down into another range. But we're forming something similar on the RSI, which we think is really important to note, which is the fact that, we've got this big, as we see here, from around all the way at the start of the bull run, to be honest, around January, all the way to July here, we've got this downtrend on the RSI with that huge pump in December, obviously. We come up here to this swing high, and as you can see, we come up, we make a series of, higher highs here, but we are starting to roll something like this, losing momentum, and obviously you can see the bearish divergences that we've drawn in here. Price action coming higher, RSI coming lower, and we do start to get stuck under this downtrend for the RSI like this. As you can see, we've basically been rolling over, putting in a series of lower lows on the RSI, and obviously once you start to form that head and shoulders formation here with the neckline, you can see obviously your technical target looking something like this, where we come down, boom, and we meet that technical target here on this swing low. We come back up inside of our fibs. Obviously you can see we draw fibs from here down to this swing low once we've found it, and you can see from there, we come down, we form that W double bottom. Everyone's like, oh my god, we're going to zero, this is the bear market. But you can see here that we actually come down, basically hold support, and you can see we've got that V-shaped recovery out of there. Everyone's maximum fear, and then all of a sudden that huge short squeeze off the bottom. We come back into it, don't we? You can see all of our fibs working here. Support and resistance here, support here. We come all the way up, we make a slightly higher high, but then obviously since then we've had a little bit of a similar thing going on with Bitcoin, haven't we? Where we've just been rolling over, basically falling and falling and falling. Ever since we hit 69k, we come down into this range here. Obviously lost the low, we had that big liquidation event on the 4th of December, didn't we? We come back up into this range here, forming the high and the low, test the high, but you can see we're starting to form this resistance here, which is something that's really important to note. Resistance, and every time we touch the resistance, we have been rolling over. And sooner or later, with the RSI also in a downtrend like this, you can imagine that, considering we're still in a bull market, that we're definitely going to be getting a very decent move to the upside pretty soon, in our opinion. You can see it very clearly on the chart, we're getting overextended to the downside, aren't we? You can see it down here. Basically, we're getting down towards this oversold territory. You can see here where we got oversold here. We've got this big bearish, bullish divergence. Price action tried to push down below this range that we formed here. Little bit of a range going on. You can see the RSI basically was bottoming out in oversold territory. So we do get that renaissance back up to the top of the range, but again, stuck under that resistance of the RSI and on the chart. So we roll over. And looking like now, if we take a look at the hourly time frame quickly, you can still see we're still just consolidating, going sideways, trying to break this resistance, aren't we? Because you can see we've got the top, the bottom, the top of our range. We come into it again. We try and break through here, but we roll over because, basically we're still stuck under that resistance, aren't we? By the way, guys, just as a quick reminder, we are really trying to push people to get into our free Discord. So please go and check that out. The links are all in the description, obviously. We have got a massive amount of content on offer in the free Discord, and also if you wanted the extra content for you can sign up to our Patreon membership or YouTube membership to get access to all the extra channels as well. So make sure to go check it out, totally free in the description. We really appreciate everyone's support. We're really trying to provide as much content as we can, and we do think that you will find some value there. So please go check it out. Links in the description. So just getting back to this, then you can see here obviously the bottom of the range, the top of the range. We come back into it. We get stuck under resistance here. And you can see we roll over, losing this area in and around here. Let me just get rid of this line, actually. Can I actually just get rid of this line? It looks like it's stuck behind whatever that is. It doesn't matter. You can see here we're just, consolidating and going sideways basically in the market, aren't we? It's been a pretty much a crab market for Bitcoin recently. You know, everyone's expecting a huge move to the upside or the downside, but in our opinion, you know, I think the most important thing is this resistance line here. This is going to cause us to, you know, move to one direction or the other. Because sooner or later, we're going to break this, aren't we? Because you can't stay stuck under a resistance like this forever, especially in a bull market, which is what we're in, by the way, if everyone had forgotten. So you can see here, if I just pull this line out a little bit more, you can see we're forming, you know, basically that descending triangle like this, aren't we? And we're stuck in it, And sooner or later, we're going to have to break to the upside or the downside, depending on what happens. And we do think, you know, considering how overextended Bitcoin is to the downside at the minute on the daily time frame, that we could be looking at a break to the upside very soon, which would take us at least back to the top of the range here, up at around that 44.2k level, which, you know, is a very key area of basically of resistance here. You can see we could be loading that W double bottom pattern, where basically we come down, we make that swing low, we come back up, we come down, we retest, we make a slightly higher low like this, we form, you know, we come back up, test the resistance here, we basically do something like this, forming the ascending triangle. We break out that resistance there, we come up to here, and we get the breakout back up through the continuation of the fibs, back up to our 0618, which is obviously our main target at the minute, that 47.5k level that does need to be, you know, reconquered so that we can get back on a bullish track. Because right now we're just stuck basically under the cosh, aren't we? So we'll do short-term price predictions then, seeing as how not much has happened for Bitcoin today, having a little bit of a renaissance on the daily time frame. Obviously, if we're rolling over, we do think that that level at that around 40.5k will hold. If we come down and test that low, we do think this could be a W double bottom like this with the breakout target. Obviously, heading to the upside, we want to see ourselves getting back up to that 44.2k level, and then getting the breakout of this level here, doing something like this, and then something like this, heading back up towards that 618 at 47.5k. And then obviously beyond that, I mean, in 2022, we are very, you know, optimistic, we would say, and confident that Bitcoin will at least come up to around that 100k mark. We don't think the bull market is over by any stretch of the imagination. We're still making macro higher highs and higher lows here. If we come down, make this low here, we could still have an impulsive wave well up into that 100k area, maybe even upwards of that 200k mark at the 227 if we do get a really big blow off top. So still optimistic for the markets. Obviously, things haven't worked out exactly how people thought they would, but in our opinion, you know, the extended cycle thesis, it's got a lot of weight, hasn't it? And we're still on track for 100k Bitcoin. So that's it, guys. We'd like to thank you all so much for your support. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon, to stay up to date with the 4 videos we post every single day. Make sure to join the Patreon or YouTube membership to support us, as well as getting a ton of benefits. Crypto Maximalists will get access to daily signals, coin calls, alpha on new projects, and insight into our own personal moves, while Maximalist Gold takes you beyond, giving you a look at our own personal portfolio, super low cap gems, 100x potential portfolio, and constant access to us personally as a resource. We're constantly in the Discord posting daily and chatting to members, and we'll be hosting giveaways soon, so come and join a community rich with value and content. Remember, you can also join our public section of the Discord too, where we post news, technical analysis, daily updates on the markets, larger cap gems, and the occasional meme. There's absolutely no reason not to get involved with all that value. Links are all in the description. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.